Crafter with my niece Sarah.
Hi!
And today we are going to set up her craft area.
Yay!
So Sarah is going from a one-room studio apartment to her first home, first house, so it's pretty exciting.
Yes,
huh?
I finally have my craft room.
Yay!
Yay, my own space.
And you've had a lot of stuff in storage.
Correct. 2 years. I've had stuff in storage for 2 years, so I'm sure there's stuff that I've forgotten about that I will be rediscovering as we unpack.
Oh, yes. And so what are your goals for the room?
I want to have at least most of the basics, paper and stamps, at least out and organized. Even not out, but organized where I can get to them easier and access what I want. I want to get a couple of tables set up because I would like to have a jewelry station and a basic crafting station. I have a lot of shelves. I'd like to get those filled and organized in some way. And just be able to go in and use it because I've been staring at boxes for 2 weeks.
Well, I don't think we'll have any problem filling the shelves with the amount of boxes I've seen in the craft room. But I'm super excited to get started.
I am too.
All right,
let's get some coffee.
All right, awesome. The first step was to move some of the items out of this room so that we could move the larger pieces of furniture to where they wanted to end up. We put the table in the corner and we have plans to get another table to go directly under the window so there can be separate scrapbooking, paper crafting, and jewelry making stations.
Hi everyone, just a quick organizational tip. If you're like me and you have a small space, you don't have a lot of storage, I have a table that's got the legs on the inside, fold-up table. So I took some of my commonly used supplies, quilling, these are little inchy stamps, I have one for my jewels and my rhinestones, and I put them on round clips. What's the technical name?
Binder rings.
Clips. And then what you can do is you just pop them open and hang them from the legs on the inside. That way they're all easily available, not in your way, and if you need a rhinestone or a small stamp, you can just grab the clip, open it up and take what you need and put it back easily. So if you have a small space with a fold-up table, this may be a good way to store some of your more commonly used items.
Okay, we're an hour and a half in, and we got the shelf cleared off, and we put all the paper and albums and books on that shelf, so that really cleared up a lot of space. We have taken out about 10 large boxes and totes and put things away. The table is where it's going to be, and we've got some of the often used supplies out, but we are still going through the boxes, and we're just kind of organizing as we go, putting ribbons together in a box, putting decor, holiday decor pieces and stuff together in a box, so that the supplies are organized in the way that Sarah's going to use them. Hey Sarah, we're having our coffee in the closet. We've been putting finished crafts that could be ready for craft fair on the shelves. We also been putting art supplies in that hanging organizer. Shoe organizer for now, just so we can kind of see what they are, and then we might pull them out and put them on the table eventually, but at least we could see them and they're out of the way. And now we have another stack of boxes to go through, but we got a lot done in an hour and a half, so I'm fully confident that we will have this done in the next couple of hours, I think. Store glitter, flocking, embossing powder, and those type of sprinkly items upside down in a shallow drawer. That way you can see exactly what color you have, and you can see what you have so you don't buy doubles. That keeps everything organized and easy and accessible to find. You also might want to label the fronts of your drawers so that you know what's in them if they're not transparent. Okay, we're about 3 hours in, and we're going to take a break for today, but we got most of the paper and books on that shelf, but we realized that we really need another shelf about that big so we can separate books on one and paper on the other, but that way she'll still at least be able to have her instructional books in here. There's also going to be a stamp storage shelf built so that all of her wood-mounted stamps can be up instead of in the plastic totes that they're in now, but at least they're all together so she can find them if she wants to work on a project. And that little shelf there, we've got a lot of buttons and some more books that didn't fit on there, and then a rack that's going to hold all of her acrylic paints, which are in a box right next to it, so that she can put that right on the shelf as soon as she wants to. Now the closet there is not being used very well right now because we've got a lot of open space and we've got a lot of boxes and not really a lot of shelves. The shelves up top are used for things that she doesn't need very often, and also for some finished cards and jewelry that is just boxed up there. So we thought about getting some of the 3-drawer totes by like Sterilite and those other plastic companies like Iris, and kind of filling that area so that she can kind of pull out, get things out of the plastic totes and have her supplies really easy to grab but a little bit out of sight. And probably the doors will come off because they can come off the tracks and be kind of difficult because you can only see a half of your closet at a time. Oh, and on the top of here, we talked about building a removable shelf. She does have hanging files to sort her paper scraps in that will go there. We didn't come across them today, but they are in this room somewhere. And
somewhere.
Oh, and we put most often used embellishments and tools here so that she can just grab them and put them on her workspace when she wants to work. This is still a huge improvement from working at the kitchen table where you have to pack up when you're done. But we talked about putting a temporary tabletop here so that it can be lifted off and taken into another room if she wants to craft, and it can also be another table space for like scoring and cutting when she's doing paper crafting, or a place to spread out beads when she is doing her jewelry making, her 2 main crafts. Are you still planning on getting the table to go there?
Yes, I'm definitely going to get a second table because I will want one. I know because, you know, you do a jewelry project, it's time to go, you're done working on it, and I'll be able to leave it out. So I want one for my jewelry stuff and then one for all my general card making, scrapbooking, whatever. And that way too with this, if I put the surface on top, I'll be able to wheel it either to my jewelry table or my craft table and use that extra tabletop space. But yeah, a second table is definitely in order because I do have I do have another chair, so I'll have a chair for each station, which will also be nice.
Cool. Do you have any other plans for this room?
Well, we talked about putting something up here for all my ribbon because my ribbon is currently in 3 separate boxes. I have lots of spools of ribbon. You know, it's so easy to buy pretty ribbon for not a lot of money. Either with, like you were saying, the gutter, cutting the gutters to size, or dowels, but something so I can hang my spooled ribbon up to make it a lot easier to access. It'll also help get rid of some of these boxes, which are great, but they do take up space. And having to go through and find what you're looking for sometimes is really difficult. So yeah, that would be the other big project, is to get something up here where I can get my ribbon up and organized.
Awesome. Well, we'll come back in a few days after you and your husband have done those improvements, and we'll see how the whole room turned out.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Okay, it's been a couple weeks since we worked in here, and you have done so much to this room.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I've had a couple of days where I've gotten in here and worked, found a few things that I fixed already, and I know that will happen, but for right now, it's a totally usable space that I enjoy being in.
Awesome. Well, let's take a look around the room, and you can explain how you built and made and repurposed some things to finish this room up on a budget.
Okay. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is this fabulous stamp shelf that my husband built. I had one in a previous apartment, but this is a total upgrade. Total cost for lumber was about $50. He just used some basic 2x4 from, I believe he got it at Lowe's. They do offer military discounts just for anybody that has military in their family. They offer 10% off. So that's a good savings. So he measured, this is 6 foot by 3 foot altogether. He measured it, built the frame, and then I gave him some stamp examples so he would know how much space to put in the shelves. Then in the back of each, I don't know if you want to get a close-up of that. In the back of each, he used some wood that we already had and put a riser in the back of each shelf. So that allows me to put my bigger stamps in the back, but still maintain great visibility so I can easily find what I'm looking for. And when I organize them, I kept the styles together as best as possible. So Christmas and Halloween are together, floral, animals, stuff like that. But this is my favorite addition to the room right now. I love it. And this little shelf I repurposed. This was in our old apartment. This was in our bathroom. For right now, it's kind of a miscellaneous stand for stuff that I'm not sure what to do with. But you know, don't be afraid to take a look around your house, see what you've got you're not using. Hi, Hazel. Hello. This is Hazel, in case you haven't ever met her. Lindsay's fabulous dog. So don't be afraid to take a look around your house and see what you've got that maybe you're not using or isn't being utilized. For right now, this is a great kind of catch-all for stuff I'm not sure about. This shelf, I did buy another wire shelf about, I think it's $40 at Walmart, and I ended up putting my books and albums and magazines on here. There, so I could keep my paper, envelopes, and stamps on this one, sorted, organized. I did, because I'm a little OCD, I organized my books by type, so card books are together, scrapbooking cards are together, and things like that. So this was another purchase, but again, 40 bucks at Walmart, you know, it was an investment I'll have it. And then I think the frugal crafter find of all, I went to Goodwill and got a bunch of different glass jars. You can see the difference. 49 cents a piece. Brought them home, threw them in the dishwasher, and now I'm organizing my ribbon by color, my ribbon scraps by color, so I can easily see what I've got. When I need a particular color, I can see what I have in the jar. I need to get a few more. I ran out of jars, but for 49 cents a piece, it's a pretty good deal, and they're nice, heavy, sturdy vases and jars. So my other favorite piece, again, my husband built this for me, is a ribbon rack. I saw a picture of this on Pinterest and showed it to him. So my dear husband went out again to Lowe's, bought some rain gutter. He used 2 pieces of rain gutter, $9 a piece, so $18. And then he bought some cabinet screws to put in to make sure that they would be sturdy and hold up. And then just hung them on a wood frame. So now my ribbon is organized. Again, I have my Halloween ribbon, Christmas ribbon, polka dots, metallics, and then just plain colored ribbon. All easily visible. You know, I can see what I'm looking for. And then the addition to that is I can put clips and then hang some finished jewelry projects off until I get them priced and bagged for future craft shows or gifts, because it is right next to my jewelry table. I did buy a second table. Again, I bought this one. I also bought the table at Walmart. I think that was around $30 for. I got a 4-foot table, so it's a little smaller, so I can fit my lamp and my rolling cart in between the 2 tables as an extra workspace. But this is great. They do make the gutter edges available for purchase. I did not use them and have not had trouble with the ribbon staying on, but the gutter edges are expensive. They were around $3 a piece. So instead, I found that clips or clothespins. Lindsay also pointed out binder clips. We all have binder clips kicking around. You could put these on the end to help hold in the ribbon to help it from falling off. But this is really great. You can fit an assortment of roll sizes in too, which is nice. A little smaller, a little bigger. They'll fit in nicely and allow you to organize and be able to easily get the ribbon that you want to use.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your room.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I enjoyed it. It was nice to have a room to put together again. And thank you for all your help for getting me started and getting this process in motion.
Oh, you're welcome. If you guys have any questions for Sarah or I about how this room went together or how it's working, or for her, how it's working out as she goes along and crafts in here, just leave them in the comments below and we'll get back to you.
Yes.
This is a very inviting room. I can see you've already started to do some crafting.
Oh, yes. There's paper scraps on the floor. I've already spilled some coffee in another spot. So it's being used for sure. Yep.
Yeah, and the dogs like it too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe and share this with any of your friends that are trying to set up a craft room on a budget. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.